This is Katie with NAA Worldwide, the official rideshare driver gig worker association, and NAA Help. We're companies in our channel are all about helping you make as much money as possible.
On the slave. Black people gotta stop blaming people for their issues and clean up their own communities. Slavery was a long time ago. Black people need to get over it. Has owned the slave. Black people gotta stop blaming people for their issues and clean up their own communities. Slavery was a long time ago. Black people need to get over it. That's what continuously is told to me. Now, before I respond, I'm going to need you guys to share this video. I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to spread false information. Everything that I'm about to say is 100% true. You can look it up to see. And I'm not going to say anything that makes people cringe, at least language-wise. All right. Let's not dwell on the past. Let's go to modern history. Let's go 1964. 1964, right? That's 56 years ago.
All right.
We all know somebody 56 years old, whether it's us, our parents, grandparents.
Not yourself.
You would call that modern history, right? That was when the Civil Rights Act was passed, which made it illegal to discriminate against black people. So understand that if you know anybody over the age of 56, they lived in a time where legally you could discriminate against black people, okay? But now that the Civil Rights Act was passed, we all know that once the government signs a bill or a law, everybody abides by it, correct? So that would explain why Martin Luther King Jr., who you love to bring up so much, Martin Luther King Jr. kept protesting and kept marching, and he himself ended up being killed in 1968. That's 52 years ago. Do y'all know somebody 52 years old? Probably. So, a lot of people bring up Martin Luther King. Y'all should be more like Martin Luther King. He would be ashamed. He would not like the things that y'all are doing. When Martin Luther King died, he had a negative approval rating. As a matter of fact, polls taken at the time said that more than 1/3 of people polled said that he brought his death upon himself. All this stuff you can look up. Moving forward, 1971, 49 in 1968. That's 52 years ago. Do y'all know somebody 52 years old? Probably. So, a lot of people bring up Martin Luther King. Y'all should be more like Martin Luther King. He would be ashamed. He would not like the things that y'all are doing. When Martin Luther King died, he had a negative approval rating. As a matter of fact, polls taken at the time said that more than 1/3 of people polled said that he brought his death upon himself. All this stuff you can look up. Moving forward, 1971, 49 years ago. You know, you guys in your 40s, this is you guys. Richard Nixon, the president, declared a war on drugs, which you can look up and research that his war on drugs basically just targeted hippies and black people. All right, black people for like heroin and opioids. Like the opioid crisis that we're currently in, that they're sending everybody to rehab and not putting anybody in prison. Yeah, empathy and things of that nature. Yeah, it wasn't the case for black people in the 70s. Threw all of them in jail. And even if they weren't really doing it, throw them in jail too. Then hippies, people who are about peace, love, understanding, all lives matter. They were unfairly treated and arrested for using marijuana. Marijuana. Marijuana is the drug that, while we're in a pandemic and 40 million Americans have lost their job, marijuana dispensaries are considered essential. That's right. Been open the whole time. The people who were smoking that and saying all lives matter, yeah, they were targeted. They were targeted too. And Richard Nixon's run ran until 1974. That doesn't mean these practices ended. That means that he officially left office in 1974. That was 46 years ago. We all know someone who's 46, but that's the 70s. Let's not dwell on the 70s. Let's move to the 80s. Let's say something like 1987. Know anybody born in 1987? If you don't, you're looking at one. 33 years old. 1987. The CIA flooded black communities with crack cocaine to pay for a war in Nicaragua. You can look this up. They've made documentaries about it. There's even a movie called Kill the Messenger that was made about it, starring Hawkeye. That's how soon it is. One of the Avengers played in the movie. All you have to do is look up the CIA and Contra. You'll find everything you need to know. You'll know that Hawkeye played a guy named Webb. What happened to Webb? Why can't you just look him up? Because he's dead. Unfortunately, he committed suicide by shooting himself in the back of the head 2 times. All right, so now we have crack flooded through the black communities all through the late 80s into the 90s. And black people are like, please help us. This is tearing apart our community. So then comes the crime bill. Did this crime bill stop bringing drugs into the community? No, it did not stop the flood of illegal weapons or guns into the community. It just put everybody in the community in prison. Did it offer drug rehabilitation for the whole community? No, it did not. It left the crackheads to raise the children. This is 1994. This is the 90s. Y'all remember the 90s? Sure. Because I'm pretty sure by now, if you're watching this video, you were probably alive in the 90s. And after this bill incarcerated more black people than ever before in the history of the U.S., businesses decided to get in business with prisons because you could get free labor. And I know some of y'all might go, you can't get free labor. That's slavery. Well, according to the 13th Amendment, that abolished slavery, slavery became illegal except, guess where? Prisons, which are disproportionately filled with what? Black people. Now prisons are big business, making over $100 million a year. So in order to keep this business up, prisons have a quota for how many people must be in it every year. Yes, you heard me right. There is a quota for how many people they have to have in the beds in prisons. How do you do that? By putting more people in prisons. Maybe for crimes they didn't commit. Maybe giving them longer sentences to keep people in beds so you can meet this quota, which black people have been complaining about. And you can do the research on to find that this is true. Mass incarceration is modern day slavery. Also, when you get out and you want to change your life, you can't, because people don't treat felons the same way, no matter what your felony is, and you're not allowed to vote. And since pretty much 1 in every 3 black men have been or will go to prison, we lose 33% of our voting power. And all of this is prevalent today. 2020. You remember 2020? Of course you remember 2020. Because if you're watching this video, that means you lived in 2020. Now, with all this information I've given you, I haven't brought up police brutality. I haven't brought up racism from civilians. I haven't brought up racist practices by the banks. And I'm just giving you what the government did to black people. And some of y'all will go, I didn't know any of this. But I've given you statistics. And it's okay that you didn't know. It's not okay, but it's okay. Because most of us, statistically speaking, all of us, went to school with a girl who was abused in some type of way. But we didn't know. It doesn't mean it didn't happen to her. It just means we didn't know. But now that you know, ask yourself, what are you going to do about it to change it? Because it's true.
I've been calling your corporation.
How do you pray for somebody who you feel has really, really harmed you?
So what? It's easy to sit there with the anger and the toxicity and the bitterness? That's easy?
Oprah and her mom didn't have the best relationship. She left little Oprah behind in Mississippi when she moved to Milwaukee.
You have in your...
Comment below if you've ever tried to date someone.
When Alex Jones pumped his book up, I knew that they had already got to him. He's under MLK. Okay? Alex Jones also been chipped. If they get to where they don't want to be a part of that anymore, they'll cut their chip off and they'll just start having eternal pains. Speaking of pain, Bernie Mac.
There were human hysteria crews facing backlash for tweeting, "We must ensure Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into Black Lives Better."
All right, creatine, muscle milk, and almond butter is clouding your judgment.
And even Malcolm X, they all realized that you had to have a non-racial component to these kind of movements, or there will be resentment.
Oh, what's up,
there
people?
Will be get back.
I'm just catching up on our current and daily bullshit. That's all. Yeah. You guys are sitting in on the tail end of me, you know, keeping myself informed. Ugh. Well, who wants to deal with the ugly truth? I watched a good documentary last week. The truth about a Confederacy. The truth about the Confederacy. By ACLU. Tetronics. What's going on, sir? Thank you for the mention. You know, I feel I'm getting to the point, I'm arriving at my personal threshold of things being intolerable. It's becoming it's becoming difficult. Very difficult to tolerate regular day-to-day shit. I'm arriving to that point. Not quite there yet, but I knew things would get. I hoped that things would get better, as worse as they had become, as bad as things had become. I hoped 4 months ago, from that point, shortly thereafter, things would get better. Be this turning point that we all know of, that we're in need of, and that hasn't taken place. In fact, we're getting further and further. We done drove right by the turning point. We done drove by plenty of opportunities to help ourselves. lot of people feeling the same way. I'm not giving up. I ain't about to, but I feel like I'm arriving to a place of being just, you know. I mean, things have already been intolerable, but we have to tolerate them, and they're still intolerable. It's a fucking thing when you have to tolerate intolerable shit. When you have to make the impossible possible. There's no place to make a U-turn yet. No, we on the speedway. Straight away for quite a stretch. Somewhere at the end there's a turnaround point. I guess we got to get to the end. I feel blessed to be able to sit here with y'all and conversate. Civilly with other people of all creeds, nationalities, and colors, ages as well. I feel it's a blessing that we have. You know, PlayStation is a blessing in disguise. Because if we didn't have this platform, I'm certain some of us would be that much further and more disconnected. From reality and from each other. And that turning point involves all of us. There is no other way. There is. It's what everybody seems to be ramping up for. We can just go head up for a fucking racial war and try to knock each other off and see what happens thereafter. Today is the beginning. For one to have a louder voice since you've been heard. Hey, Dead Disciple, what's going on? Welcome back. Sorry for that partial comment I missed, and I don't even know who it was made by. I'll link to the page, I got you. You know, I'm the emperor of that. What you say is important. I'm not here for the fucking views. Likewise, disciple. Hope you're well as well. And everyone else, additionally. The United Nations of PlayStation. Yeah. I watched a good documentary last week. A lot of people. So there's no place. We might have to make one. Seems like everybody's beginning to want to have a louder voice since we can't be heard. Translation, everybody's hurting, or everybody's yelling. I like option 2. I don't think everybody's hurting. In fact, we know everyone's not hurting. There's a percentage of us that's not hurting. But everyone's yelling. Some people trying to over yell, the other people drown out their effect. A lot of people are yelling for their effect, about the effects of things. Who's listening? And how much effect after 60 solid days at this point. 60 solid days of yelling. 8 weeks. 120 days. Where are the results that the cries, the yells are being heard, that there's an effect from protesting / yelling? You know, before I ever protested, I took a look at the format of it and the history of protesting. And I guess I didn't take an in-depth enough look to see the positives of protesting. What has positive protests brought about? When has it ever brought about change? Actual change, actual protests that brought about actual change. When's that happened? If it did, I don't think it was for us. Give me a second. Hold your thought. Where were we? I was asking, what good? And if you know of it, tell me, please. What good has been brought about from protesting? That we can clearly see some laws were put into place, some things in life were changed. You say the civil rights movement. A lot are done talking. They say actions speak louder than words. That is the saying. You can talk all you want. Your actions speak louder than your words. You can tell me this, but then I watch you turn around and do that. Not fix the problem, but it sure helped. It was a stumble in the right direction. I don't even want to call it a step. I wouldn't acknowledge it as a step. Stumble in the right direction. Civil rights. So, okay. I won't challenge that because that's debatable all over the table. But what I will say to that, in response to my question of When's the last time, or what do we know of protests being able to change and make a change? What did it take those protesters? It took some of them their lives. There's not much talks about that. There's talks about the attacks and releasing the dogs and the water cannons, but I'm quite fucking sure dozens of protesters lost their lives. There were some George Floyds in that situation. But that also was 40 years ago. So there hasn't been any change through protesting, extreme protesting, in 40, 50 years. Even more. What the fuck am I talking about? 70-something years, right? Some shit like that, right? But 64, 50. So in half a century, there hasn't been any change through protesting. I'm just kind of looking at that. I've seen a host of videos today. Yeah, people like, protest, have your voice heard, get out, be seen. We're strong in numbers. They realize it. The world is in support and tow. Those are actions. Those are words and actions. But now, where's the result? Where's the resolve and result? Where's the proof that their words and actions have been heard and respected, acknowledged? Not just watched, challenged, and battered, and hijacked. The worst thing I hate about a fucking conversation with people, some people, is when, alright, we got something to talk about. But I'll sit and listen to you, and when I go to speak, you get to fucking talking. Like, shut the fuck up, it's my turn to talk. I sat here and I listened to you, and all your disrespect and all you had to say, and whatever fucking point it was you think you were making, and even if you were making a point, I sat and I listened. Out of respect for the conversation and the ability to fucking get somewhere. Because two wrongs don't make a right. But when someone goes, when we've all been in this situation, not by myself, you go to talk and they go to shut you down. Why? Because they know you're right. They know you're right, and they just want to fucking talk over you, shut you down, and be wrong but right. So, when we swing this around to politics, protesting, government, everybody hears the chants. We've heard them all. We know what they are. We know what the matters are. It's not a person in this country that does not know what a protester is protesting about today, 2020. If they don't, then they've truly been living under a rock, and that's okay. It's probably a safer place under that rock. Spark the flame, so to speak. No doubt. So where's the resolve? Why is there never any resolve? Well, there's never any resolve. There isn't. Because if there was, we would not be having these conversations across the country, on many different platforms, on many different levels. Because these matters have been protested about before. Throughout this an entire century. But let's just pick up for the last 50 years. People have been protesting about these things for 50 years. 50 years. And all they've done, managed to do, is put rules in place to enforce and ensure that the shit continues. Police brutality. I'm not on my reparations thing right now. Give me a little bit. Like I said, I'm arriving to the end of certain thresholds on matters. Tell you what, severely in the next 30 days. If the last 30 and the 30 before that wasn't bad enough, the next 30 days, it's really gonna hit the shit for our country. You can only ask someone to sit on their hands, but for so long. And when it calls for time for action, it's a call for time for action. I don't like standing by watching people die and not knowing if there's going to be a world for me to live in tomorrow. It's not a fucking cool feeling. And I'm sure you all would agree. I would hope that you all agree. I hope that none of you are that far off into a depressive state or place that that's what you want. Although if you were, I'd understand. Been there before. Not a fun place to be, wanting the world to burn. Not giving a fuck. Time to churn the tables. Oh, we thought the tables were churned just two terms ago. Got to see that they took the table out. It was always just Obama in the White House. It wasn't really Obama in the Oval Office. They took the table out. I don't know, and then he's a puppet, and you know, it was all fucking enough, just another fucking show, just added insult to injury. That's all. That's all that was. I'm ready to find out how deeply he's involved in Pizzagate. It'll add to some of the fuel and generators. It'll add to fueling some of the generators. Firing up the old war machine. To know just how bad we've been played. I mean, as if it wasn't fucking bad enough. And see, at this point with the we, it's we, the country. Again. I'm not high enough to cipher. Let's work on that. Finish off the last of my candy paint. Hey, I'm not even gonna ask for a pardon. I'm just gonna tell you I'm not, I'm disgruntled, that's all. I'm disgruntled with the times. Everywhere, just about everywhere I turn, it's boiling negativity. You know what I mean? It's brimming, fucking overrunning negativity. It's just and I'm just like, on a Sunday, where's the positive? Where's the positive? Is it, you know? Does positivity even have a place anymore? And if so, when, where, and how soon will we see it? On an overall scale, because on an overall scale, all I'm seeing is negativity. I see positivity with my family. Beyond them, it gets dicey. It gets really dicey. Yeah, I know. I'll fight you to keep the peace here, so I'm good here. I made mention, I will mention it again. I'm appreciative of the fact, and you know, it's a hidden blessing. Because if we didn't have this platform, a lot of us would be left to our own demise or our own energy, and maybe we'd have found another platform. But platforms like this help a lot of people. But again, here's this week's challenge. Find positivity within our community. And don't count here. Don't count here. I can't predict what next week is going to be like. I don't know. Some dirtbag might cause me to fucking snap. So find positivity here. I have to laugh when asking, because I know that the challenge that I'm pitting you against is practically impossible these days. But it's still here. It is. Shout out to Travis Prince. Everybody doesn't deem his channel as positivity, as I've seen some people that feel a bit different about what he says or does aside from painting. Once he starts sharing his viewpoints on things. But I say, so what? Because this is America and we're all entitled to our opinions and freedom of speech. And he doesn't say anything but facts and the truth. So, negativity levels are pretty low in there. Pay attention. Plugging my boy in. And other than that, I don't know of a stream to go that, or to suggest. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know of every streamer out here at all. Where it's going to be nothing but positivity, and you know, the chances of negativity are like fucking slim next to none. I don't know of any other streamers to mention. I apologize if you're sitting there and you're like, yo, but Turn, you know, it's nothing but positivity over at my side. Did you forget about me? I guess I did. Otherwise, not to say that the streamer provides the negativity, but negativity flows through all of our streams, mine's included. Find some place that's just positive. That's it. Where's that at? You find it, you get the award, you get the golden egg. I didn't say find some place that's cool, because that's here. But we still deal with negativity here, whether it's a low-rated week or high-rate week, whatever the fuck. Negativity makes its way through here. Oh yeah. It's always trying to sneak in too. I get the best of the negativity, the shit that tries to hide. So it's unavoidable. Pardon my French. And what? Because it's everywhere, we shroud ourselves in it. You're either here, stream, check out the streamers that you stream with, that you know what I mean, the lives you go to, people you chill with, and play your video games, and get out. Or you're too damn involved, you ain't anybody's business, you got something to say about whatever, you finna ride with this circle and dive over here to there, and just, you know, virtually whore yourself out, you and your soul, for some clout and some mention, so that you get you and your username known. Because that's more abundant. That's more the option. I will repeat, personally, I'm arriving at certain thresholds with certain shit. It's just becoming a little difficult to make intolerable shit tolerable, to tolerate intolerable shit. I know, when I'm chopping it up like this, don't nobody want to hear nothing. But if I were to talk about every other streamer on here, in depth about where they lack and what their problem is, should start going through the roof. There is something completely wrong with that. Everybody's looking for solution. Everybody's looking for the way out. Everybody's looking for peace. I mean, it's got to be on your freaking to-do list, to get done list for yourself, right? That's what we all want, some form of way, unless, like I said earlier, that far into depression that all you want is for everything to burn. But otherwise, the idea of having peace and happiness sounds good, doesn't it? Of course it does. How much, term? It's free. All you gotta do is pay attention. Attention doesn't really cost you. Or it could if you don't pay. Nobody wants what everybody wants. The actions are not matching. Say you want peace, but you cause war. Me, you gotta call me out onto the battlefield. And if I decide to, I'll leave the front, I'll drop the drawbridge and come out and leave the front, come out the front door of the fortress without the army behind me. I don't go looking for war. confidence is that I know I can handle myself in war. So I'll take you and your fucking would-be cheap-ass army on. But as I was saying, and I've been saying, that's been something I've been saying within this week, I've yet to see. We're but a small fraction of reality and representation of human life and people. And I have yet to see one single week in 7 years, ongoing for 7 years, of complete unison. Just 1 week, just 1 week. I want to go as far as to say I don't think I've ever seen 1 day. I was going to say, nah, you know, on Christmas, no, I've seen people mad and mad, disrespectful and all this on Christmas. Yeah. For quite some time, we've been consecutively just being as vile and foul and disrespectful to each other as possible, verbally and through text. The handshakes are matching the smiles. Let's give ourselves some ambiance. Hey Google, play Chill Hop Study Beats.
Alright, here's Chill Study Beats 2 instrumental and jazz hip hop music 2016 on YouTube Music.
Just listen to this updated elevator music. You know, while we find our levels and elevate. Last day of the week and this week held a lot of weak shit. A lot of weak-ish. To which I was completely just about unaffected by it. The only thing affected me was other people's actions. On aggressing someone that you don't know nothing about, but yet and still being in the same boat as that person. And to top it off with your favorite topping, watching a group of guys bash a female. Way to go, fellas. You guys are good. You guys are the good guys. Well, they parade around giving everybody a reading. They don't want anybody to read off their book. That's what bothered me. What I heard said about me, lies, false accusations, stupidity, ignorance, the usual. And I'm more weathered for dealing with those matters. But what bothers me is that I also know my friends weathered too. But I know what a lot of other people don't, as far as what my friends are going through. And if those people knew, I would hope for the people that I knew them to be. They would pull the reins in on that. They would cut it out. They would even apologize. But I don't even ask that of them. I don't go to anybody, hey, you know what, you should. No. Because I'm not their father. You know, I play older brother to some people. I ain't your dad. Motherfuckers didn't listen when I was, you know, positioned as their older brother. Or friend. We ain't got to put nothing else on it beyond that, right? That's what bothered me. See a group of people that I knew, each and every last one of them, type individually, come together to want to tear a female down. Shows me how weak they are within this week. That's the weakness I saw, the weakness of other men. I can speak on her behalf. I'm her friend. She's my friend. She can do anything to anybody. If you're cool with us, if you're cool with me, you're cool in here. With her as my moderator, that's what I'm getting at here. She's cool with you. 99% of the time. There was that one instance just recently with another person. But I just feel rallying, lobbying, and rallying with other men to attack a defenseless woman is so fucking low. That if I ever saw them with the extended handshake again, I'd reach for my machete and cut their hand off. Like a lot of us. She hanging in there. And don't need extra fucking bullshit involved in the fucking common bullshit we're all already dealing with. I could see if she was a shit talker and a shit starter and did this and that to have brought about this kind of energy on herself. Yeah, no. That's fucking cowardly. And these are the fuck they are. And that's what I saw. You know, it's Sunday. We talk about the weak shit that we saw in the week. Experienced. I start off. Dante, what's going on, sir? Again, Tetratronics. Yeah. And that bothers me. That bothers me. It does. In so many, on so many different levels, just like everywhere I get with it, it's like, oh, the fuck, yo. Now here's the other thing. One of the levels that really bother me. The fuck. Nobody talking about none of these individuals, not near fucking one of them, right? But these people call out, they're crying for their attention. There was no problem I had with, she ain't never had a situation with none of the motherfuckers. All of a sudden, yeah. Now you had a situation with me. Black Viper, what up? A straight trash can over the head, sledgehammer to the kneecap and jaw, shoulder blade, and you pick your side, knock your hip out of place as well. I will say this as a Ken. That lady, for the entirety of this year and some, practically all of last year as well, has been dealing with just pure heartache. Family, hurt. She's in and out of a hospital with the situations that she's been, the cards she's being dealt with her family more than doctors and nurses. Like, I am constantly there. Like, she's there for me, and I listen playing. She's in my prayers. So I don't want to hear shit from the Lost Division, Peanut Gallery, Weirdo Unit. Aggressing some woman who, it's not me. It's not me. It's not my place. And like I said, it's because what I know, right? To which y'all don't. But nevertheless, like I said, it's never a good sight any old damn way. Seeing a bunch of your friends ganging up on some lady who never did anything to any of them. And mind those quotations. All them people that speak at her, none of them are my friends. They were at once. They had that opportunity. They fucked it up. It's okay. I just appreciate moving forward here in the next week, seeing you shut your fucking mouth. I can understand, pardon my French, I can understand some dimwit off the sideline who's scared to show their face and never show their face. But some of you fellow streamers, and one of you who don't show your face as well, yeah, lay off it, man. This is your old friend trying to help you out so karma doesn't smack you so hard it dislocates your jaw. Really. Don't say I didn't tell you. I do it out of concern for my friend, and I do it because what I see in the week, it irritates me. All that other stuff, that's the usual. Y'all trying too hard. Y'all try hards. Your homegirl alone, no, she ain't did nothing to none of y'all. She got enough on her plate, a whole buffet of problems and bullshit. As I say, you never know who's going through what, so be cool, daddy. Yo, leave people alone. But nah, that's that. That's it. If I had to make mention about this week and what I saw in it, it was brought here, extending elsewhere. I'm sure some of y'all are there sitting listening. Good. I ain't going on a whole tangent about joking on you. I'm so serious about it. What is wrong with people? We've been trying to figure that out for quite some time. We got a multitude of answers. South Beach, Florida has 15,300 new corona cases. Enemies never change, friends do. Again, and the reason why, you know what I mean, that type bothered me, because when this shit started, I said that. So, yo, just, you know, streamers and additionally, commenters, whoever, all of us, don't get along with somebody, leave them alone. Go your way. Trust me, you'll find better vibes. And we're a community, and some of us, whether you want to be or not, an appointed leader. Without the pandemic, without the quarantine, the broadcaster is the host of the show. People subscribe to you, people follow you, people are your fans, people are your friends, people are your support system, people are with you. People ride out with you, however you want to interpret it. So, take care of your flock. There's nothing good that's going to come from. Now, say it had been, you know, who bring this around, say it's a dude. Still, switch it. It's a dude who's going through all these situations that you don't even know. You have no idea. And you found out, if you were a decent person, you'd feel like crap. To realize what you've been involving yourself in. In a year's time, I done gave up 4 different condolences. Just telling them, be strong, be strong. You gotta be stronger than what you are. So no, I don't appreciate helping somebody hang on and motherfuckers trying to pull them off. Cause y'all done fell off. Crabs in a bucket, always trying to bring somebody down with them. Yeah. Again, it baffles me. It's crazy. It's completely crazy. Like, I got mine. I got my meds. Some of you ninjas need meds. That in these times, for what we all know them to be, this is what y'all find time to do. This is what your minds tell you to do. And I guess it would be an isolated incident situation if it were just one person. But no. As I said, y'all like to lobby and rally together to do the weakest of things. Alright, you don't like me. Okay, the feeling's mutual. What they got to do with it? They ain't did nothing to you. And for me, that's a sign of weakness right there. You need to work with that immediately, if not sooner. And then in some wild, delusional fucking tour of grandiose coming back around to, yeah, I'm a man, and I'm a good person, and I'm this, and I'm that. No, you're not. No, you're not. One hour in, we chopping it up, attempting to make sense or promote sense, ignite some sense in the minds of some people I know have sense, but they're just not in touch with this certain senses, that's all. They're lost on a different road. Might I suggest coming to your senses and getting off that path? It leads nowhere. In fact, it does lead somewhere. It's a self-destructive path. You're headed for self-destruction. See, again, compassion and understanding. And hey, there's some things I know that you don't, so you don't understand. But the compassion part. Be compassionate enough to leave people alone that aren't doing anything to you. Like, and I've said whatnot. Said all throughout the week. Weeks now. Weeks. Hitting around at it, oh word, that's what y'all think that is? That's, oh, okay, right. I sat back, look, damn, why they keep attacking homegirl? Like, what she did to anybody? Except her job up in here. It ain't a job per se, right? But if it was, she's up for a promotion. I don't know about y'all. And I can leave that at that. I can tell you about me though. I stands for mine. I stand with mine. Always have, always will. So moving forward, tighten up. Don't forget. A lot of your actions have reactions. Don't forget, karma out here heavy. Don't forget. I told you. Don't forget what you heard right now. That's all. And something else. Asterisk. Serious note. Had you been the friend that was undergoing what she's undergoing, nothing would be different about my speech. Yo, y'all don't even know what the fuck my dude going through right now. And then you cut that shit out. It's just gonna bring bad karma to you. Woo-wah. Whatever quarrel with me, yeah, no problem. know how I be. Don't go attacking innocent people that ain't said nothing to you or didn't do nothing to you. You know, like my son, family, and friends. Yeah, we'll go to bat just the same way for you. So, really, really, really think. In the final days, you over here group rallying and attempting to bash women and shit. One who would have the same respect for you that she's had for me, if you were real like that. So in short, don't be envious. Don't be envious. Don't let envy bring you that far out to a point that you're blinded by hate. Hey, she could have ended up being one of y'all moderators. Or friends. Because the moderator factor, if you only really knew, I got this. I've always had this. I was the first streamer to figure out that you can moderate your own streams and you don't need to appoint a moderator. So her rendered services like that, and all of my moderators, 4 of them, their rendered service collectively isn't even needed. It's not. Their friendship is needed. It's appreciated. Moderating? Not big deal. The guy that put everybody up on how to moderate needs help in moderating? No. But some of my friends are more than willing to and want to. Okay, cool. Shit. I mean, if you're gonna hang around, you're gonna be here, you wanna help out, alright, no problem. That's been my latest take on it for quite some years now. I think pretty much since we got to YouTube, and she was the moderator that came with me here. And we came here, what, 2016, August 5th? Been here going on 4 years? Or was it 2015? 4 or 5 years? And there was never any situation up till now. Never any situation up till now. Just to let y'all know, it's the worst time to bring about a situation for what the girl is going through in her life. I'll just say that. And if you believe anything in karma, you might want to cool your guns off. And again, don't say I didn't tell you something. There's no, as the usual accusation, there's no sexual involvement between her and I. As the usual accusation with me and any chick that y'all be hearing me kicking with, it's always that, oh yeah, term, he wants to fuck her. That's it. No, maybe you want to fuck her. I just want to be friends. I'm good with friends. I'm good. We're good friends. I didn't come here to fuck chicks. I have a chick to fuck. I'm good. But, pardon my French, I like to leave idiots to their idiocy. It's humorous to me. Well, when it goes too far sometimes, Gotta reel it in. And I have every time on every account. She's no exception to the 14 women that have underwent that same shit. Same treatment. By dudes. You know, that's a new. As much as from generation I come from, you know, stitch I'm from, they expect cat fights, women to be arguing. But it's always been dudes trying to bash a female. Nothing else. It's not a group of females that come in and are like, who's this chick? No, it's always a pack of dudes. Y'all are unanimous for that. Undefeated. 100%. Y'all keep it 110% behind that. And on that, a group. Some dudes always get together, find them, say, yeah, you know what? Hey, how about that chick that be in the stream with him, man? Yeah, man, let's go get her. You name the year, I'll name the chick. Pardon. Chick. You name the year, I'll name the femme fatale. Femme fatale. A female gamer. There's a friend of mine that I know. She could have a husband, not, single mother, no kids. Play it, not play it, none, whatever. A female gamer, a female I know through this situation on this gaming site, I'm dubbing this femme fatales. We have chemistry, I build on that. You know, hey, you killing that, you killer ass femme fatale, how you doing? You truth telling femme fatale, you unique ass femme fatale, you loving ass femme fatale. Y'all mad? They gotta be. That infuriates some dudes. Causes them to get together and talk about mess. I'm sorry you don't have any chemistry of your own. Or, well, yeah. I think that's what that boils down to. You mad? I got away with words and vibes and people. Not just for you, also for the females too. Dudes these days be different. It's not the breed of dudes I grew up with. So, yeah. You got all that down on the asterisk note? Lobbying and rallying and grouping up with other men to attack women online is not good. Just in short, I mean, you know, summarize it. Took the scenic route because I wanted you to get many different reflections of yourself. And because it's Sunday, Sanctified Sundays, we gotta break down some stuff. You guys won the award. A lot of times, go through stuff in the week stuff doesn't even rally or merit, pardon, it doesn't merit, it's not worth mention, re-mention. So I don't. A lot of Sundays we get there. Additionally, a lot of Sundays we get here. Oh yeah, so this week, the weakness we encountered within this week that we're going to leave behind and strengthen ourselves from, and at this point moving forward into next week, was this matter. Yeah. And I'm not speaking. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. I mean, in general, yes, it's not good. But if a woman is putting herself in the light for that, then that's something else. That's something else. What I'm talking about ain't that. Ain't that. Nah. Please don't confuse. I'm talking about how people are foully talking about Unique. That's it. And overall, how dudes be treating females, that's a matter. That's a situation, definite. I'm just saying, the open ear, and the mind that can retain some wit, cut that out. Cut that out. Yeah, I know. Yup, we was once whatever, and you don't like me now, and I don't like you now, but she ain't got nothing to do with it. She ain't got a damn thing to do with it. And like I said, if you was going through the situation that I know she going through, I'd be there for you in the same fashion. So, you know, lay off the shots, the shot firing just for mention. Quit taking the, you know, the comment clickbait. Oh yeah, definitely. No. That's all. And my positive energy and prayers have been going out to honor our family for months on end. And in the same regards to for you and yours, even if we disagree for whatever was fake, for whatever, still wish you and your family the best. I do. There is that one exceptional case I'm not moving from. But hear me. Jokes, disgruntlement, missed opportunity, misunderstandings turned into mayhem. Still, with the exception of that one situation, buddy wishing the worst on my little woman, I still wish the best for you and yours, your family. To whomever. This is just to the people that there's no more bridge. You know, like, we don't fuck with each other type shit. Yeah, okay, cool. It's to y'all. I still wish the best for you and your family. Whatever we had going or got going still stands. But I honestly wish and hope you the best. Please pay attention. You may not know me like that. You may have missed that part with me. Lost a member of my family not too long ago. may ask something of me, and I am adhering to that. To be more merciful and forgiving. And since I've been on this journey of that, I've come across a lot of enlightenment. Originally, I was laughing at the idea. So, all is good, all is well, as I say. And they're saying, I don't expect to see a friend request, don't expect to see one from me. I'm just stating fact. When it really all boils down to it, you're not going to get along with everybody. Everybody's not going to get along with everybody. And that's just what that is. We're here with everybody, and we're all not getting along. And that's what that is. I wish technology was that advanced. The time machines, time travel existed for all of us. Go back in time, undo shit. I've had experienced something and then be like, okay, you know what? I want to go back. Let me get a do-over. Like in actual real life. But it's not. So we have to deal with, and we have to decide whether or not we want to relive situations or not. And we only have one shot to do certain things. Life is short. Easy to get caught up on the wrong side of shit. I don't care what your age is. That applies to all of us. I could speak on matters of which, plenty of matters, of which I saw this week, but I don't want to. I don't want to chime in, and for what I will chime in on, involves my flock. I'll just state the obvious as far as the chiming in, I'll state the obvious. We got to do better. People, we got to do better. We can do better. We got to do better. I saw a lot of certain stuff and very little of what was needed. I did see people attempting to put forth what was needed, but they got drowned out by the more so for what was wanted. And people, we have to get our needs and wants and priorities in that in order. We still got some time to spend with each other here. And we all still are living historians day to day in these days and times. So, hey. You know, this ain't the Sway in the Morning show. I ain't got all the answers. No man, no sir. But I'm down, to bring about thought-provoking statements and conversations that would raise questions in your mind. Because ain't nobody gonna do it for us. Change starts with yourself. And again, somebody said it almost about 2 weeks ago now. I don't know why, but it had serious impact. It caused me to think about a lot of things. It's a good thing. But you have to be the change that you envision. You have to be the change that you want. Nobody else is going to. And since a lot of people are looking for something to follow, well then, lead them down the right path. They too can grow to be leaders and help lead other people in the right direction. I mean, we've done everything outside of that though. Huh? Y'all not tired. Y'all not, and I understand that. This last new wave of streamers, y'all couldn't possibly be tired of the drama. Y'all just got here. Yeah. It's still in its phase of excitement to you. Zaza. F this last name, shit. F this last name is. And the land G, alright, first off, good to see you back. In the land G, we sit behind enemy lines. Respect, great. In the land we sit behind enemy lines. And I appreciate the you participating. Again, insurance day, you know. Somebody's listening. Maybe I'm off the deep end. Nobody ever says so. It's like, yeah, I don't know. But I speak what I feel, but I know from observing and you know, experience and observing. this week. Every day. With the exception of one day, one stream, I think. I put an additional hour, if not additional hour and an half out to 420. Double, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. An hour or 2.5 hours extra to the stream. Intentionally. I mean, I had the time for it, and even had more time than when I put out for it. It just shows instinctively to add an hour to 2 hours more time on each broadcast for multiple reasons. And I say this. Right. An entire week, extra hours put in beyond the normal 2 that I would do, that I've reduced it to. In total, 7 trolls, 7 troll instances, 7 total freshened glasses of keep quiet. So what's that? An average of a troll within a troll a day, just one. Like, you know, I'm streaming 2 times. I mean, that's my regular. Try to catch out early and then late. You know, you're all good. I do what I want, properly. But 7 trolls total. In a week, and that of also putting in extra time. So it shows you there is a line of respect here. So just as much as people don't say, I know people listen. And I've never needed I ain't never shot for yes men, none of that. Sideline cheerleaders, none of that. Just be real or be out. ain't gotta be extra. You ain't gotta lie to kick it. Down this road, understanding the strain is Abby's road, the last strain standing. So I gotta re-up again. Black Viper, you still here? Kelvin played Drew down, Pimp of the Year. On a Friday, Kelvin. Sunday, we got a little bit over 15 minutes to go. We just vibing, cooling. But on a Friday, I do music requests. I suggest you hit a little hard. Come back Friday, hit me with that, some other joints. Let that knock. I enjoy good music. Like everybody else. In the meantime, I hope you and your family are doing good on this day, the end of this week. And everyone else as well. Rumble, young man, rumble. Pleases and continually putting in different formats not going to get anything done except aggravating me. I've been through this too many times. Trust me, sir. If I were to put that track on for you, there'd be at least 50 upset people. Like, yo, type shit. We only do music requests on Friday. That's why, you know, so subscribe to the channel. I got you. Come on back on Friday. Join the party. Again, Sunday, just vibing. And now we have exactly 15 minutes left. To this broadcast. Already sub, lol. Okay, well then you're already one step in the right direction. Now what you need to do from there is come back Friday. You can come back every day before then as well, you know. And I promise you, you can join conversation. You can see someone who come along. Hey man, you play this song? Yeah, Friday. Everybody gets the same response. It's nothing personal. It's not. It's the business at hand here. And then Friday end up rolling around, and it rarely be any requests. I tend to think because everybody be at their own other party or whatever. But whatever. It's your birthday? Well, happy birthday, sir. It will definitely turn up for you this Friday. Man, kind of hard to get into party mode on a Sunday. We were already partying just yesterday. And I know, I'm pretty sure you partied yesterday, right? I hear you. That's what I tell you. It doesn't matter what you say. It's still gonna be dope. Until Friday. On Friday, I won't tell you no. like, what's that song? Who's that again? What's that? Pimp Down? Pimp of the Year? It's Monday for you in the UK? Alright. So I'll take that into consideration when you come back Thursday. If you ask me on Thursday, I'll be like, okay, but wait, okay, you're in the UK. Technically, it is Friday for you. Alright. On a technicality, I just bought you 24 hours. And I never even looked at the matter that way. So, Thursday. Drew Down, Pimp of the Year. Yeah. Turn Up Sundays, Sanctified Sundays. We got Turn Up Thursdays. Turn up right before the weekend so everybody's turned up properly. Pick those apples that day. No idea what that means, but I mean, if you have other things, oh, you're picking apples that day. Oh, okay. Well, when you're done picking apples, you make your way here. Listen to some Drew Down, Pimp of the Year. Alright? Alright. Yes, so I called out Black Viper, but no response. I guess he's not here. The comment I was going to attach to that was that I listened to the passage of Louis Farrakhan, not the full 2 hours, as it was suggested by him and somebody else earlier in the week. Yeah. He's speaking truth. He's speaking some truth. It's like trying to get blood from a stone. The day that happens, it might just be the returning of Jesus, right? Statues start crying blood. Especially the Mother Mary. She starts crying blood. It's something going down. What new shows I've been watching? I'm all locked into Attack of the Titans right now. Animation. I know, it's been out forever. I'm just watching it. But like, I watched season 1. I'm like all the way towards the end now, like season 3 part of season 3. But other than that, I don't know, I'll be staying up on some conspiracy theorist joints, checking this, checking that, politics. But shows, I don't think I gave Bleach that much of a chance. I wasn't into Airbenders, Naruto, or Bleach. That wasn't really my thing. Rick and Morty. I don't know what's up with Primals, unless you're talking about Transformers. But like, I was watching Project Blue Book for a minute, waiting on the new seasons of that. You gotta know, I'm not big on TV shows at all, except my own. I'm selfish. Play my video games. This is the one show I watch without faithfully, you know. without failure. My show, that's it. There's no other program or show I really stay up with, no shit. Imagine having that power. See, and I like shit that causes you to think. Like what I'm watching right now, the Attack on Titans. It's crazy because it relates out to what we're going through right now. If you know anything about it, I don't want to spoil shit, but it's like the government unleashed this fucking shit on the people, and the people have to live quarantined off from the world, and it's crazy. Attack of the Titans. But other than that, bro, yeah, I check some sites for information. Like I said, you know, politics, this, that, and the third, but shows and I did just, you know, I be watching the movies too, though. Like I saw that, was it Invisible Man? I've been watching all the movies. I was about to watch something last night, but I passed out. I seen the first season. Son, you need to see rest. Dead aspects. And they got it, I think. I know just a few days ago they did, a couple days ago, they had it on sale, like the series and all that, season 2 and 3. It'd be a good time to buy it because it's an expensive series. You can get one of the seasons now for like, you know, $8.99. I think they got one for $5 or some shit. They on a 70% discount. That should go back to regular. They talking 40. They talking the price of a video game for the whole season, and it's type worth it. The only thing that irks me about it, and I realized that last night, they don't have a black character. It's like, goddamn. They left us out of it. Well, I haven't seen all the seasons just yet. Maybe there's, you know, along the way, something like that. I don't know. Rest in peace, movie star. Like that's all I've ever been on. Like if it's not this, I'll watch movies. The TV shows, again, Project Blue Book. I recommend checking that out if you've never watched any of that. It's really good, done by the History Channel, based on true events and all that. Not to change the topic, but Dead Space is in the making. Goodbye, Last of Us. Dead Space is good. Yeah, that'll be good for the 5. That was my spot for movies. So it don't have a black character? Shaking my head. I haven't seen one yet. But they got a bunch of those. They got a bunch without black characters. And then they also have animation with black characters. I'm not gonna fault them there. I just was yesterday looking at it, it's like, it makes so many different variations and tells so many different intrigued stories through certain narratives and the characters. But there's no black character or characters. I like the in-depth that they break things down on. You know, it's like watching Ip Man, right? I don't care which one it is. You want to see the fights and all that, but they lay down the lessons on you too. And if you really, really pay attention, you know, it's good stuff. Very enlightening, humbling, good information. They show you a lot of different things. Certain people that have certain characteristics about them. How about the 100? Do you like that show? I don't even know what it is. The 100. Mm-hmm. Is that animation or like some live TV show? Or?
It's YouTube Music. Download the app today and get a trial of Music Premium on us. Restrictions apply.
Live TV show? Yeah. That's why I've never heard of it. In that aspect, I'm completely off the grid. I couldn't name 10 current TV shows to save my life. Like, not shit that's been, you know, put on, rerun. I can name 10 TV shows for sure. But 10 current to date, 10 new shows that came out this season or just last year. I don't know if I'd get to one. And then some current reoccurring, I can name some, but I don't know that I would make it to 10. I'll go with the easies like America's Got Talent. You think you can dance, or you think you can dance, or whatever that show is. I got half the answer right. The Jimmy Kimmel Show, The View. Those are still going, right? Are they? I hope so. Not really. I'm just like, for the fact of me being able to have a correct answer. Fuck it. I can't. No. Nah, fuck it. Pardon my French. I couldn't name 10 solid current TV shows to save my life. In under 2 minutes. If I sat down and crammed my brain and went through what I've walked by and I know, you know, shows that my lady watches, then maybe. Dante, you all ready? I'm up out of here now anyway. I advise you all to have a good day. Remainder to your day. Stay safe, stay smart, stay up. I hope those that have sat here, listened, participated, whatever the case, found something to take from this ordeal of broadcast, which by my judgment has been cool. No problem. Nobody got No tall, fresh and glass. Keep quiet. Anything good. Be all good. Didn't mention any other streamers' names. Nah. Stuck to my guns and my business. Look at them 3 sevens. Out the door with the jackpot. That's nice. The PS5 resale price is gonna be a mother frequency. All good. You think so? Next time on the Graveyard, we'll chop it up about that. You know, like later on tonight. Gentlemen, again, stay safe, stay smart, stay up. It's a pleasure having your company, pleasure being here.